Hi, I'm David. This is Joe, and here's our Comic-Con talk.
We couldn't find the other C.
We only have two.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, so Comic-Con. Did you go?
No.
I did.
No, you didn't.
No, but I watched a lot of the trailers on my phone, like you did.
Yeah, we did that. You guys probably did that too.
Yeah.
You have to get your tickets like a year in advance, and then
and even then...
play a little fucking lottery and hope you
Yeah.
get the right email, but whatever.
It's okay. I'll never go.
Yeah.
But
anyways.
This Comic-Con was pretty something. We had some good trailers in there, some bad trailers, some trailers that annoyed me, and some trailers that excited me.
And a lot of stuff that was missing, I feel like.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. No Game of Thrones.
No Game of Thrones.
No Kingdom Hearts teasers to pretend that it's going to come out someday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was. It happened at Comic-Con last year. They showed a Kingdom Hearts teaser that we didn't get to see either.
Yeah.
Venom.
No teaser for Captain Marvel.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been nice, but
Technically, there was.
Was there?
Shazam. Shazam used to be Captain Marvel. That's what the old name was, and then Marvel has.
We'll talk about Shazam later.
Yeah.
First, we'll talk about the winners of Comic-Con. I feel like there was a few things that really just fucking stole the show. I mean,
Glass.
I was gonna say Godzilla.
Rawr. No. Okay.
But
Well, let's do Godzilla first.
Godzilla. I feel like that one surprised a lot of people. It surprised me because I thought, oh, okay, another Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty basic. Another monster movie.
Yeah. The last Godzilla movie didn't excite me all that much. They didn't show Godzilla enough.
Yeah.
Which is my gripes with some other movies I'm not going to get into.
Yeah.
But having a movie titled something, the reason you go to the movie to see that, and then it's barely in it.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, Transformers, Beetlejuice. It's like, what? Okay, well, I liked Beetlejuice, but they didn't have Beetlejuice in the movie that much. It's a whole nother thing.
But Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I mean, it looks fucking good. Like it looks. That's
just the visuals alone
that you want out of a monster movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it looks like it'll have.
Yeah, it looks like it'll have. Watch, it's gonna be fucking 90% talking and government agencies.
Yeah, and in the
and
very end, all of these monsters are gonna come out, and Godzilla's gonna breathe fire into the air, and the dust is gonna come down in ash and kill all the monsters.
And then the credits are gonna roll, and then it will say, "King Kong will return."
Yeah.
I think that's what they're eventually gonna.
Yeah, they're trying to lead up. There wasn't enough hype with the last Godzilla movie, and there wasn't enough hype with the last King Kong movie. So they're probably gonna make two more.
Yeah. So, but King of Monsters, it looks great. I mean, I was blown away. And then they put the that classical tune behind it. I think it's Claire de Lune, something like that.
Something like that.
But it's, I mean, it was fucking beautiful. Like I got chills.
Oh yeah.
Watery eyes. Like, oh my god, it looks so good.
That one, I don't know if that one's Mothra or if it's another one of his many monsters. But the one with those huge wings, those huge blue wings that like comes out of the water, like that looked super awesome.
Yeah.
And then his awesome blue fire shooting straight up into the sky. That was super cool.
And the next one.
But yeah, so Glass, the sequel to Unbreakable and Split.
Mm-hmm.
I guess spoilers for Split and Unbreakable.
I feel like you should have seen them. If you haven't seen them by now,
skip ahead.
Go see it.
I was like, yeah.
I mean, it's not totally spoilers, other than knowing that the characters are alive.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch this trailer, then it spoils you anyway. So, like, I mean,
I don't know that it spoils you, other than just knowing that the characters are alive. Because if you haven't seen those movies, they're definitely worth going and seeing. And it doesn't really give away too much of the story, other than you know that the characters survive because they all meet.
Yeah, I guess, the twist is that they're part of the same universe.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know Unbreakable, which if you haven't watched either one, then you don't know that anyway.
Yeah.
So, I was like, so yeah, go watch both of those movies, Unbreakable and Split. This movie is their own little Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's their universal
Shyamalan universe.
A Shyamalan universe. Yeah.
They need to bring the chick from The Village in there, slip her in, have the boy from Haley Joel Osment as a grown man. Exactly. I see dead people.
He has a keyblade.
Sora.
But yeah, so we see Mr. Glass and Patricia and Bruce Willis sitting in a room, and this chick in an insane asylum. I forget what that actress's name is. I've seen her before. She's talking about how she runs this program where she studies people who think they're superheroes and shows these characters.
Yeah. Once it had that shot of all three of them,
it
was like, oh shit.
And Patricia's like, good for you. And you know, like, he's back, and then it shows him going crazy.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Glass has a huge monologue saying, like, the villains are teaming up. So it looks like it's going to be Mr. Glass and, you know,
like Split versus Unbreakable.
Yeah.
No. And then they have the girl from Split too.
Yeah, and it looks like he's just wilding out. He's
he's
free.
He's doing whatever he wants.
Like he goes to the school she's at, and he's like, "Whoa!"
Like he has all those cheerleaders tied up. And
that's gonna be an uncomfortably crazy scene.
And James McAvoy's so good at portraying that character.
Yeah,
and all of his personalities.
I would say he's born to play this character, but I don't know if that's being rude. I was like, that seems. I don't know.
And then the third one that I think people won't agree as much, I think, with this one, but I feel like Fantastic Beasts and The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Yeah,
that one looks. Good. I'm really excited.
Which I don't know. Harry Potter fans are everywhere, so this could be something that a lot of people are super excited for.
I feel like a lot of Harry Potter fans. I feel like a lot of Harry Potter fans are really picky.
That's true. Well, it's the same thing with any huge
any huge fan base.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Let's not get into Star Wars, but
or they're all mad that Johnny Depp's still playing him, and
which I'm really happy he's still playing.
Yeah, I like Johnny Depp.
I like to keep things consistent. It
would have been weird if they would have took him out and then threw in somebody else. And
continuity issues.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's annoying, and you have to like try to accept it, and it takes you out for a second because you're like, oh, it's a recast, and you have to accept that, and then be like, okay.
But no, they just went with it.
And our whole cast from the last movie is back, and it looks like they're gonna get the gang back together.
Newt Scamander.
Yeah, Newt Scamander.
Played by Eddie Redmayne.
Yeah. And then we've got those two girls, and then their human sidekick, the Muggle.
Yeah.
And it looks like
Jude Law.
Jude Law,
Dumbledore.
Yeah,
a young Dumbledore.
Which is really
that I fucking like that. That's a really cool touch. And so I'm excited for that one. Now let's talk about the losers of comic, or the loser of comic.
Loser in our opinion, biased
our
opinion.
Yeah, our very biased opinion.
Yeah.
I would say it would
be
most of what DC put out.
Yeah.
We're gonna say
they put out a lot.
They put out.
They did
fucking half the things that were shown in Comic-Con.
Yeah, because rumor has it, or I guess it might not even be a rumor at this point. They're making their own subscription service like Netflix. Their streaming service where they're gonna make you pay for 3 months for like $70-something. Yeah. And then you get to watch their DC stuff.
But I feel like that could be a whole other video by itself talking about that, changing the format and stuff. But I will say this disclaimer that I feel like the TV shows like Arrow and Flash and Supergirl, those look
apart
fine.
From one,
like
that we'll talk about.
Those three seem fine.
Like, and I've watched a lot of. I wouldn't say a lot. I've watched a lot of season 1 of Arrow.
If there weren't so many fucking episodes, I would have seen all. But initially, like, I really liked it. It's just a really long series, so I haven't got into it. But
and Flash,
those look
I haven't watched yet. Yeah, so Supergirl actually looks pretty.
I'm not going to throw those under the bus.
Yeah, so we'll just hide those guys.
Teen Titans.
Ugh. No. No. What are you talking? Titans.
What?
It's called Titans.
Oh, it's not even Teen Titans. It's just Titans.
Yeah, we're going full edge this time. We're not messing around.
Well, they can't call it teen because Raven's a 12-year-old.
So. Yeah, exactly. So she's not yet in the teens.
Yeah, it's like tween Titans.
Tween Titans. Yeah.
And then
tween topic Titans. Because she's straight up walked right out of Hot Topic.
Yeah.
And like I get she's goth, but
she's
not
supposed to be the edgy one, but it's like,
but she's not.
Why'd they have to make her an edgy 12-year-old, you know?
Yeah.
Like
she's not like cut off gloves, tall boots kind of edgy. No, Raven's like badass long cloak kind of edgy.
No.
And then the opposite of Raven, from the edgy goth, dark character, we've got the super light fish out of water happy character. And she looks angry. I was like, she looks angry. Starfire.
Yeah, Starfire.
Starfire. She looks pissed. She has fire powers. She didn't have fire powers in the show, which is I almost think that they just heard the name Starfire and they thought,
she's like a flamethrower, right?
Yeah, that's she's got fire powers, right?
I don't know. That looked weird. And then Robin with this whole fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman.
He stomps on somebody's face like, oh, that was so corny. Like,
and I know that's gonna be memed out of control. Yeah. Like you can already tell that's
Batman.
Fuck Batman. Like And anytime we're gonna watch, a new Batman flick, people are gonna be fuck Batman.
The YouTube comments are just gonna be fuck Batman.
And
it's like you tell what they were going for.
Yeah.
And if they had a better budget, and they maybe could have pulled it off.
Isn't green all the time.
Oh man,
because budget issues. And I feel like
it just looked really cheesy.
Yeah, if you don't have Game of Thrones style budget, like if you don't have their budget or you don't have enough money to make these characters do or look like they're supposed to,
then just leave it a cartoon.
Leave it a cartoon.
You can be animated and that's fine, but
or make it a movie.
A movie. Or
like,
go to HBO or Showtime or somebody that has the budget to do this.
Because cheap shotting people, like it's just you're just shortchanging people their characters. Like, hey, you want weird hot topic-y versions of characters that you like?
Because even Marvel tried that with the Inhumans, and that was a massive flop. Nobody even heard of it. I think a lot of people don't even know that it came out and ended already.
Yeah.
But it was the same thing. They had a show that didn't have the budget to really showcase their powers. Yeah. Or, this incredible world of the Inhumans. And it just came out corny, cheesy, lame, which is how Titans looks. Yeah.
And I love Teen Titans. I grew up watching Teen Titans, the older one. And I thought the story was awesome. The characters are really cool, and I like the characters they fight, Deathstroke and all that. But this just looks like I don't want to watch it.
And then there was Aquaman, which honestly looked pretty generic. That's something that's like
it was supposed to be a Panther too.
That's something they have the budget. It looked really lame, kind of straightforward. I'm not excited for it.
It actually almost looks like they watched Black Panther and said, "We're gonna do that." He's got he's going back to fight this. He's supposed to be king.
What I was thinking is Lion King.
Well, it's the same. Black Panther, it's the same.
He goes off and comes back. And,
he has to stop this other guy who's king, but he's supposed to be king. He's got to kick him off.
But it's more like Lion King because at least Black Panther, there was no point in time where he didn't want to save his people.
That's true.
He was always, I'm the king. I'm going to save this place. Yeah. Whereas Simba was like, Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, he's like,
fuck off. I don't care. I'm doing my thing.
Batman. Fuck Batman. I'm out of here.
And whereas Aquaman, he's also fuck Batman.
Yeah.
And he's just out. He doesn't want any part of it. And they're like, we need you. And so I feel like they're trying to copy the Lion King formula.
So he's going to leave and go off with these two little rat things or some other sidekicks. And then his girl's going to come over and be like, can you feel the love tonight? Yeah. And he's going to slip back.
Spring into action. And it would have been cool if it hadn't already been done. And it seems really straightforward. Like there's nothing surprising.
I think the guy from The Conjuring is playing his brother or the other king. I don't know if it's his brother, but the other guy who's the other king. Yeah. The Ed Warren from The Conjuring. Is going to be the bad king, which I think is...
The Warrens are doing pretty well because Mrs. Warren, she's in Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Exactly. We don't know the names.
I know. If we weren't so lazy, we'd look those names
Ed
up.
and Lorraine Warren. I know their characters.
Great actors and actresses.
Yeah, Aquaman looks CGI filled.
It looks lame. Sorry, it just does. And then Shazam.
Manta looks kind of cool though. Manta does look pretty cool. The villain. Yeah.
Whatever. Cool. Shazam. I feel like a lot of people will like it. Not me personally. Yeah. Like, I feel like if you're gonna have The Rock, play Black Adam. Yeah. You need somebody.
Put him in this movie.
Yeah, they should have just stuck him as Shazam. Yeah. That would have been cool. Or just somebody that can kind of match his personality or charisma instead of this random.
Diesel. They should have had Vin Diesel as Shazam. and then family. And then The Rock as Black Adam and have them fight. And they'd be like, again. And they'd be like, what did you think this is? A street fight? And something, I don't know if other people have pointed out because I haven't checked, but in the trailer for Shazam, when he's talking smack and he just threw those bad guys out the window of that convenience store and he walks out with a case of beer. And he says, okay, see you later. And it jump cuts and he's holding a bunch of snacks like Doritos and chips. And
you can tell it's going to be one of those scenes that don't actually appear in the movie. Like only a part of that scene maybe will appear.
It's either going to be the snacks,
or snacks or beer. Watch, they have that fuck up in the movie.
They might.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's DC. So
it's DC.
They might not. Fuck Batman.
Fuck Batman. I don't know.
And fucking what else? So Shazam, honestly, I don't know. It just doesn't look all that good to me. I might rent it. Yeah. But
I see everything. I'll probably go see it twice. Even if I. Yeah,
it's hard not to compare DC to Marvel and what they're doing. Yeah. So
it might be unfair. That's almost like
it's really unfair.
Yeah, that's almost like comparing Disney to like an indie film studio.
The shitty thing, they're not an indie film studio.
They're huge.
They're this huge. Yeah, they've been around forever, and fucking. It shouldn't be this.
They've been around for almost as long as for like longer, because probably Superman I think came out before.
Probably.
Yeah, so they shouldn't be the underdogs here,
but they are.
But they are.
And then let's see. So yeah, I would say DC is probably the biggest loser over Comic-Con. Even though they put out the most stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of disappointing.
They're EA, not to throw EA under the bus.
And then I'll throw out a couple just honorable mentions that stuck out to me that maybe aren't the best thing, but look interesting. Night Flyers, just because it came from the mind of George R.R. Martin, has me hopeful that it's going to be a really good, gripping, dark story. Mm-hmm. And then Mayans, the Sons of Anarchy spinoff, actually, I'm kind of excited about that.
I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy.
I really liked Sons of Anarchy, but I don't really... want to watch it because it's hard to watch that and then go back to your normal boring life, because it's one of those shows where fucking crazy shit's happening just nonstop, and then you have to go to your like day job and just
your 9 to 5 grind.
And it's like you just feel lame.
But I mean, Walking Dead, they had a trailer too, and that's a whole nother video. I feel like The Walking Dead could be its own thing. I was a really big fan of The Walking Dead.
I was for 2 seasons. I was a huge fan.
You were just a Shane fan.
Probably. I think that's it.
Yeah. But no, I was a really big fan of Walking Dead until about season 4. And then like the whole Negan thing. I really liked the very beginning of that.
Shane would have killed Negan immediately.
He would have.
He would have shot him in the face.
But yeah, I mean, he might be coming back. They saw him on sets.
If he comes back, I'll watch it. I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck Logic.
Fuck Batman.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
So that's what we thought of Comic-Con. Let us know what you think.
Too little Kingdom Hearts, too little Game of Thrones, not enough Batman. All right. Fuck Batman.